Hi, we are standing in the garden and I thought that we'd talk about what is inside my blueberry guild. Okay, so on either side of me in the garden, I have new bed areas. This cardboard area is a new pathway. It's sheet mulched. I'm going to put pea gravel on top of it to match the rest of the garden. Let's get back to blueberries. On my side over here, I have a goji berry interplanted with different things like garlic and yarrow, anemone. That's that guild. Then I have a huge patch of lavender. What does that do? It attracts pollinators. When they come over to the lavender plants, they also find the blueberries on this side. My blueberry plants are spaced about 3 to 4 feet apart. In between, I alternate both tansy. Tanacetum vulgare is not an invasive plant. It's an upright ornamental shrub. I have had Tanacetum vulgare for several years. It is not spread throughout my yard or the garden. I'm in central New Jersey, zone 7. The other thing I alternate is comfrey. What Tanacetum does is it repels some insects and attracts pollinators. What comfrey does is have a very long taproot that mines nutrients from deep within the soil. It brings those nutrients up to a shallower root level. That way, neighboring plants can benefit from those nutrients. On the inside border, I have feverfew. Again, it's medicinal, attracts pollinators. The other thing that I have is Chinese chrysanthemums. And then in the back side, I have catmint. Catmint, it repels so many unwanted things, everything from deer to rabbits, moles, voles. And so that's what I have on the exterior of my garden. It looks really well for me because I don't even have a garden wall. The other thing that I have planted is Shasta daisies because that's going to attract pollinators just like the catmint does. So a lot of pollinator activity on either side of the blueberry bushes that's coming in to help increase my yields. Now, when it comes to birds, I absolutely do throw a net over the top. That's just the best and only way I have found in my area to prevent the birds from stealing all of my harvest. The other thing that I do is I have motion activated sprinklers. This is going to keep larger critters out of my garden areas. Everything from deer, raccoon, skunk, that sort of thing, even rabbits. They're going to get a blast of water, plants get hydrated, the critter goes away. One of the great things about comfrey is it grows really, really quickly, at least in my growing zone, 7 central New Jersey. And it's a chop and drop plant. So all of those nutrients we talked about that it mines, you can chop those leaves when it starts to get too big and kind of fall over. Take the leaves and place them directly on top of your soil, just like a garden mulch. What ends up happening is all of the nutrients that that plant is withholding now leaches into the soil, and you've also added organic matter, the same way you would when you add straw mulch or leaves as a soil cover. So comfrey is hugely beneficial in the garden. I mentioned that I have other plants in different blueberry areas. This one here behind me, this is valerian. A lot of people know it for its medicinal root. This is in this particular guild, which is heavily filled with strawberries. These strawberries are insanely productive, and I think they benefit a lot from the acidity that the blueberries love. I'm not sure if that's true, but in my experience, it seems to be the case. I have 3 or 4 blueberry bushes in this patch, and they are thriving with the strawberry ground cover. And again, the other things that I allow to grow in here are dandelion and valerian. I absolutely have other blueberry patches on the property that grow in really wonderfully acidic soil where pine trees are thriving, rhododendrons, that sort of thing. However, I did want to also have some bushes here in the garden proper. And so what I do is I add acid to those particular areas, and I do that by coffeeing my blueberries. So I take 12 cups of cooled coffee. I use organic, put it in a backpack sprayer, fill it the rest of the way. It's a 4-gallon total sprayer with water, and go at my berry plants here, my blueberries, and the strawberries don't mind it, every Monday. And I do that until they're done fruiting, and it increases the acidity of my soil, and it also hydrates them simultaneously. Thank you so much for taking a tour at my blueberry patch with me. I hope this has given you some ideas on putting your own guilds together. Take care.